In a small village called 9 Mile, deep in the hills of Jamaica, a baby boy was born on February 6, 1945. His name was Robert Nesta Marley, but the world would later know him as Bob Marley. Bob's father was a white man named Norval Marley, and his mother was a young black woman named Cedella Booker. Norval left soon after Bob was born, so Bob grew up with his mother in a poor but loving home. From a young age, Bob was quiet, curious, and full of dreams. He loved nature, the sound of birds and the rhythm of the wind. But most of all, he loved music. When Bob was a teenager, he moved with his mother to Trenchtown, a poor neighborhood in Kingston. Life there was hard. The streets were rough, and many people struggled to survive. But Trenchtown was also full of music. Bob met other young boys who shared his passion. Together, they sang, played guitar, and wrote songs. Bob became close friends with Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer. They formed a group called the Wailers. They didn't have fancy instruments or studios. They practiced in small rooms, using whatever they had. But their music had soul. It spoke about life, pain, hope, and freedom. In the 1970s, Bob Marley's music started to reach beyond Jamaica. His voice was raw, powerful, and full of truth. Songs like Get Up, Stand Up, No Woman, No Cry, and One Love became anthems for people around the world. Bob didn't sing just to entertain. He sang to wake people up. He sang about poverty, racism, war, and spiritual freedom. He believed in Rastafarianism, a movement that taught love, unity, and connection to Africa. He grew his dreadlocks as a symbol of his faith. He smoked herbs as part of the spiritual practice. And he always spoke about peace, even when the world around him was full of violence. In 1976, just days before a big concert, Bob was shot by unknown men. The bullet hit his arm and chest. Many people thought he would cancel the show. But Bob Marley walked onto the stage with his band just 2 days later. He sang with fire in his voice and love in his heart. When someone asked him why he didn't rest, he said, "The people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking a day off. How can I?" That moment made Bob not just a singer, but a hero. Bob married Rita Marley in 1966. She was not only his wife, but also a singer and a strong woman who stood by him through everything. Bob had many children, some with Rita, some with other women. He was a father, a husband, and a friend. His children grew up surrounded by music, and many of them, like Ziggy Marley and Damian Marley, followed in his footsteps. Even when he was busy touring the world, Bob always found time to write songs, play football, and talk to people. He believed that love was the most powerful force in the world. Bob Marley became a global icon. People from Africa, America, Europe, and Asia listened to his music. His concerts were full of people waving flags, singing together, and crying with joy. He sang for the poor, the broken, and the forgotten. He sang for freedom fighters, for children, and for dreamers. His song, Redemption Song, became a message of hope. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Bob believed that music could heal the world, and he proved it. In 1977, Bob found a strange pain in his toe. Doctors told him it was cancer. He didn't want to cut off the toe because of his beliefs. So he kept performing, even as the cancer spread. He traveled to Germany for treatment, but it was too late. Bob Marley died on May 11, 1981, in Miami, at just 36 years old. His last words to his son Ziggy were, "Money can't buy life." He was buried in 9 Mile, the village where his journey began. Even though Bob Marley died young, his spirit never died. His songs are still played in homes, streets, and festivals. His words still inspire people to fight for justice, peace, and love. Bob Marley didn't just sing. He changed the world. He showed that one voice, one guitar, and one heart full of truth can shake the earth. Bob Marley's life teaches us that you don't need to be rich to be powerful. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You just need to be real, brave, and full of purpose. So if you ever feel small, remember Bob, the boy from 9 Mile who became the voice of the world.